We're excited to spend a few minutes with Hall of Famer and Mets ambassador Mike Piazza. Mike, what are your memories of the home opener back at Shea Stadium, that first day, the first game that the fans get to see in person?
It's always a thrill as a player opening day because it's such a tradition in baseball, and in New York it's even more special because of the intensity of the fans here and the passion of the fans. And I actually just saw Peter Alonso down in the tunnel, and I said, just drink it in today and enjoy it, because there's not a day that doesn't go by that you don't miss it. So you miss it every day as a player, and so it is very special.
You mentioned Peter Alonso. What are your impressions of him so far?
He's off to a great start, and I think even more so, I'm completely convinced he's going to be a great player, but he looks, and just from what I've talked to him, being a great kid as well, and a good person. So the character that that I sort of read from him is going to be a big plus for him in his career. So I'm not really worried about the hitting. I think he's going to be a great hitter, but I think he's going to be a good guy. And if there's anybody who, it takes a special person to do well in New York. You have to have a lot of good qualities, and I think he's going to be that guy.
That power that he showed so far, that home run, it reminds you of you a little bit?
Yeah, I was joking with him. I said, "Hey, way to square some balls up." And he said, "I'm just trying to be like you." So, no, it's flattering that that as a historian, a fan of history, and a fan of baseball history, to see a kid who appreciates history and is carrying the torch, it makes you feel proud and realize that. Yeah, I mean, he's going to be a great hitter, and the power is very impressive.
Alonso, part of an offense that's put up a lot of hits, a lot of runs for the first 6 games of the season. Chili Davis has revamped a different approach.
Mm-hmm.
What have you seen from this offense as a whole?
No, I love Chili. I mean, playing against him and knowing him personally on a lot of off the field things that we've done together, he's very simple approach, pick out your pitch. I mean, hitting, we can make it very difficult at times, but it is a very simple. You have to get a good pitch to hit, have a nice short stroke, not try to do too much, take your walks. And these are all things that when I was in spring training a few days that he was emphasizing. So I'm seeing a lot of good quality at bats, and learn how to get out of it when you're struggling, because that's part of being a complete hitter as well, knowing how, when things aren't going well, to claw back and take a walk and a hit, not just feel like you're going to get your 3 for 4s or 2 for 4s, but a hit and a walk can sometimes get you going back in a good direction.
When things aren't going well, how important is it some of the veterans like a Robinson Cano, a Wilson Ramos? I mean, a role that you played, a veteran, not just on the field with your performance, but also in the clubhouse.
Yeah, I mean, a guy like Robinson Cano, I mean, he makes the team better just by his presence in the lineup. He may not always be hitting at the top of his game, but if he's taking walks, and for me as a hitter, when I was making the pitcher, always have to concentrate to make, if he was going to get me out, he was going to have to get me out with quality pitches, and that's going to benefit the rest of the lineup, because a pitcher knows that if he's really making quality pitches, he can't execute those pitches all the time, so the next guy may get a mistake. So that's that residual effect, keeping everybody healthy in the lineup, keeping everybody productive. And again, productive is not always getting the big hit. It may just be getting a big walk.
A few minutes with Hall of Famer Mike Piazza and Mets ambassador. Speaking of pitchers, Jacob deGrom, the first 2 starts for him. I mean, what can you say about what you've seen?
Well, I mean, you can't say enough. I mean, the fact that it's so great for him. He does owe me a great box of cigars, by the way, since he signed his extension, which I will collect. But
as you should.
And I will. But putting that aside, no, he's a great competitor. He has great stuff. He's a great guy in the clubhouse. And when he won the Cy Young, as I said, I put a note out that I'm proud of him because he's a good guy and he works hard. But he's a bulldog on the mound, and he's got all those great qualities. So I think we're very blessed to have him.
And especially with that extension, I mean, someone who is part of this organization, the fact that now deGrom could be a lifelong Met.
Yeah, I think that let's not retire him yet. He's got a ways to go, but I think there's no question. He made a statement. He wants to be here. The team made a statement. And so now he just has to go out and just keep doing what he's doing. He doesn't have to change anything. He doesn't have to be any better than he is. He just has to keep continuing what he's doing. It's hopefully, and from what we've seen, he'll get a few more runs this year. So, again, I don't want to put too much pressure on him. hopefully I look for him to win in the Cy Young win if things if things go well. But he just doesn't have to change anything. Just now, hopefully the guys get him some more runs.
I know you have an appreciation for Mets history. The fact that it's the 50th anniversary of the 1969 team, the celebration starts today with the Hodges family and Ed Kranepool, part of the ceremonial first pitch. I mean, what does that mean, I think, for Mets fans that this season-long celebration kicks off today?
It's one of the most heralded underdog stories in the history of sports. It's a very special team, and I think it's so appropriate that this is the 50th anniversary, and now we're going to celebrate that team because it's inspiring. It's a team that, as a kid and as a young player, I enjoyed watching the highlights, and now with the computer and YouTube, it's always fun to go back and watch. And I still watch it and get inspired from that team with all the great names. So it's so exciting to be here and be celebrating the 50th anniversary of the Miracle Mets of '69. And I hope that gives this team this year inspiration to achieve hopefully great things.
Well, Mets fans love that you're here, love that you're involved with the organization. Hall of Famer Mike Piazza. Mike, thank you very much for a few minutes.
My pleasure. God bless.